Greetings to all. I want to read a comment and address it. It was left on the video Kemet and Ma'at before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. 127,000 views so far. The comment was left an hour ago by Alan Watkins, and he wrote, "Keep in mind, the Indus Valley civilization was before the Egyptian civilization. Also, know that at one point everyone spoke one language, and that language was Iberit, Hebrew, Yahudim language. Now tell the story where the prophet challenged those Egyptian gods against our God, Yahuwah, and how Ra, nor Amun-Ra, nor Osiris, nor any other god they had could not produce the fire nor fulfill any other request." So I assume that Alan Watkins is making reference to the situation told in the theological book, the theological literature known as the Bible or the Old Testament or the Tanakh or whatever you want to call it. Well, Alan Watkins, you want me to tell that story, but I deal mainly with history, not theology. If you believe that story, then I presume that you also believe that, was it Jonas who spent a few days inside of a whale, was swallowed by a whale? You might also believe that Pharaoh's army chased the Hebrews and that the sea parted in two so that the Hebrews can walk between the water, and then Pharaoh's army drowned in the water, even though there's no reference, no records for that. That's fine if you believe that. If that makes you happy, that helps you in your life, then it's a beautiful thing. But if you are trying to say that this actually took place in history, well, the burden of proof is on the claimant. So if you want me to talk about that story, you should provide the evidence for that story, because I've been searching for the evidence for quite some years, and it is lacking so far. But I might be wrong, and you might be able to provide some records for that. Now, if you want to quote the Bible, that's fine. But I would just ask you to show me the date of the Bible that you are quoting. So if it was printed in the last decade or two, then it is not contemporaneous at all. And it is nowhere near the time period that we are dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? What I showed in the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, well, the documents can be found. They are in museums for the most part, or they are still standing where they were standing back then, which is in ancient Egypt or Kemet. Those are original documents in the original language, because when it comes to the Bible, a lot of the literature is actually in Greek. So feel free to provide the records for this story where the prophet, and when you write the prophet, I presume that you're talking about Moses, challenged the Egyptian gods. Now, if it's not Moses, then feel free to tell us who it is, but I presume that is Moses that you are referring to. And I would actually leave it there, because I've already addressed the need for backing up our claims. I think that I've addressed that enough. So this video will not be too long. And Alan Watkins is not the only one who can provide those records. Anybody can. There are so many Hebrew Israelites. So I'm pretty sure that they have done their research and that they can tell us where we can find the records of those stories. Because the stories that I'm talking about well, we have records for them, have shown and proved them, that by showing them, not only showing them, but telling where they can be found, where they are located, and I also gave their references. So feel free to do the same. Now take care. You can see that this was not an attack. I was not disrespectful. I kept it cordial and diplomatic. So it would be good for you to do the same, or anybody else who wants to address that. We don't have to just be disrespectful towards one another. It is clear that we disagree. There's something that is not a surprise at all, and I've been used to that for many years. But we can keep it cool. You know, we have a certain age now, for the most part. I've been there for minutes, for those who can remember. And really, it's cool. We can disagree and talk about it in a cordial manner. All right? So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll definitely have it back at you later. Hotel.